Wrestlingus! It's the Wrestlingus Show. I'm your host, the Brain Scrambler, Cav Manning.
I'm Fausty Walnuts.
It's Season 2!
Wrestlingus 26!
And here's everything that's going down in pro wrestling. We watch TNA.
So you don't have to.
This week starts off with the Wheel of Dixie.
Wait, we haven't seen that since week 1 of this tournament.
So she apparently spun this in the back and then let us know that next week we are having a last man standing match.
Wait, didn't we see that last week?
No, that was a Florida death match.
But the object of that match was to be the last man standing.
Dixie introduces Rockstar Spud into the TNA family this week.
Hey man, if you're going to talk about Rockstar Spud, I think you should do your world-renowned British accent.
It is world-renowned. Hello. This week, Rockstar Spud came out to host the TNA Knockouts as well as all the superstars. He was the master of ceremonies, a modern-day Tiny Kane, if you will. He went out there telling everybody this is what's going to happen this week, and it's going to be a winner-winner chicken dinner, but with turkey this week. They changed the name around, so it's going to be this. And if you notice, his lip is sideways when he's talking now. His modern-day Bell's palsy Spud, as we like to call him. Ethan Carter III wrestled Curryman this week.
Who, by the way, looks absolutely nothing like Christopher Daniels. It just happens to be a coincidence that they both don't have eyebrows.
They had a funeral for Aces and Eights this week, which I actually enjoyed. It was probably the best part of the show. My favorite part was that Tenay said Taz had a smelly cut. What?
My favorite part was when Anderson was handing out the beers and he went to hand one to Angle.
Yeah, he actually tried to reach for that beer too. K5, yeah. Angle.
Yeah, but Anderson took it back like, maybe not.
Let's not forget the most innovative match TNA has ever come up with this week. It was an elimination tag team match on Thanksgiving.
K5!
And the ending to that match is a Kiss Your Sister ending because it was a disqualification by Angle using a chair when he was down 4-1. Man, I can't believe Angle would resort using a chair? This is the man with the 3 eyes.
The most important one, integrity.
He must have felt at his wit's end to be able to use a chair and to go that low. That just shows you how upset he is at Rude. Man, that fucking Bobby Roode, he steams me up with what he does. He goes in there, he cheats to win. To end this whole night, they had their winner turkey dinner. All the winners from the night got a big turkey dinner. So Angle comes out there to ruin the whole thing. And he gets on the microphone and says to Rude, if I were alone and you were alone, I'd kick your ass.
Hold on, but if Angle was alone and Rude was alone, wouldn't they both be alone?
Yeah, so they're staring at the walls. We watched 2 hours of SmackDown.
So you don't have to.
We watched 3 hours of Raw.
So you don't have to.
But neither of us watched Main Event.
So you're on your own.
SmackDown was better than it's been in a long time. We've never even reported on it, I don't think, barely one time since the show's even been on.
Here and there.
It's been better than Raw has been, and they started off with the storyline with Woods and Brodus Clay getting into it. After Woods was granted permission, R-Truth said that Brodus gave him permission to use the Funkadactyls and to use his entrance music to come out. All of a sudden, Brodus Clay's pissed off saying, hey, rookie, don't jump on a main eventer's back to get your little bit of a shine, right?
Main eventer.
Yeah, K5 there, main event. So he's pissed off at him getting stiff arm and everything. The next time now we got on Raw, they're in a tag match. He's out there being stiff with him, wearing this dinosaur outfit now that has like flaps on like a stegosaurus or something.
Yeah, Brodus is really embracing that dinosaur gimmick.
Yeah, he's soon to be extinct.
Off the roster.
Back to SmackDown, it started off a tag team match for their main event. And you got a little Iggy where you go, there's an hour left of SmackDown. This is going to be one hell of a tag team match. It was Cody Rhodes and Goldust versus The Shield, which would be Rollins and Reigns. All hell breaks loose. Vicky says, oh, people want to interfere because, you know, we had Dean Ambrose interfering and all this shit. So it becomes now a 6-man. We got Punk, Goldust, and Cody. You got this side? You're following along? That's on one side. You have the whole Shield on the other side. Hell breaks loose again because now the Wyatts show up.
What?
And the Usos follow with, and so does Mysterio. So now we have a 12-man tag. So that match lasted an hour, and you could tell by Goldust's face it lasted an hour too. Great match, great SmackDown. Raw starts off with what should they call the new champion once the belt is unified together. They give us the choice of Unified Champion, Undisputed WWE Champion, and Undisputed World Champion. Some scary choices out here. Maybe they should just call it the Undisputed, or maybe not even Undisputed, right? Or is it Unified, Undisputed? Which do you prefer?
Undisputed.
Undisputed. You would say Undisputed WWE World Heavyweight Champion, if you want to get wordy with it. That's as far as it goes.
That would make way too much sense.
So we can't have that. But the fans voted for the first one.
Fans.
Unified Champion. Holy Christ. Here's your Unified not even WWE. No. You don't even know what company it is.
So John Cena's going to go on Conan O'Brien. Yes, I'm the Unified Champion. Unified of what?
You know how I love to break this out any chance I get. Any chance I get to shove this down their throat and say, you know what? Since it's going to be unified and undisputed, we have a chance to go back to this. And they could cover their asses by not saying, we fucked up with that new belt and it's a piece of shit. They could go back to this and say, well, it's back all together, so this is what it's going to be. What we need to do is all have Cody Rhodes win the championship belt.
Oh, because then he'll have one made himself.
He will have one made like he did to the IC belt and prove them all wrong by saying, look, everyone's going to like this belt. Can you believe they said no to that new IC title? They said this isn't going to work. So he paid his own money to have that belt made. Everyone loved it. Now they're paying him back. Whose Cheerios did Ziggler piss in?
Clean.
Bad News Barrett is back. You know, I only know one bad news, and if this guy came out here, if Barrett came out there every week and called everybody beer belly sharecroppers, I would have been better off with it. But I guess that's his gimmick now. He comes out there and gives them bad news, it is?
I mean, the good news for Barrett is he's back on TV, but the bad news is he's going to have a new gimmick in like 2 months.
I think that's actually the good news. Sin Cara came back this week, kids. And guess what? It was from that broken little finger he had. He came back strong and ready to go, persevering through this injury.
Stronger than ever.
After weeks of not being there, he got it, he pulled himself up by his bootstraps. But I hate to tell you, that wasn't the real Sin Cara.
What?
It's true.
How do you know?
For one, Alberto Del Rio didn't punch him in the face multiple times legitimately. Number two, he did not hurt Del Rio with any of his wrestling moves. Number three, he did a back spring off the ropes and banged his head on the floor and continued the match.
Wow. But last but not least, did you notice him and Hunico just happen to have the same tattoo?
You're kidding me! So what are we going to do with Miz this week? Should we make him a good guy or a bad guy?
Alright, ready? Head's bad guy, tail's good guy.
Okay.
Ready?
Heads. Yeah! Woo! To end Raw, they had a contract signing.
And just like every contract signing, it ends with a big brawl.
So Cena gets the upper hand in Orton, so if the pay-per-view was next week, that means Orton will win. But we got one more week to go, so expect Orton to get his licks in. We got a little factory over here, and it turns out meat twitchers. Congratulations, Miss Velvet Sky, looking nice. 2 different outfits we got to see, so that always helps somebody's cause, if you will, sir. Cap off. Now let's give her her due. She has a nice 11 on the board.
A little delayed Ziggler gimmick.
Listen, I gotta get it in somehow, right? There you go. There's your winner. She's at 11. Tess is at 12. AJ's at 12. It's getting close. It's getting tight.
Or
so
taut.
Very taut in here. So that's the show this week. A lot of stuff coming up. We got Cholo Claus coming up. Cholo Claus 2 coming up at the end of that's Christmas week, I guess, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, right before Christmas. So That's coming. And then don't forget, we have our own award show that the Slammies stole from us.
Yeah.
Well, before our time, they, reading minds. It's called the Lingies. But it's our own brand of awards, if you will. So, that's not to be missed. That'll be the last week of the year. And then come the new year, there's a big surprise for everybody. So, remember, when you do this by yourself, you're just a dick.
But when you do it together,
We're assholes!